All right, so here we are again, folks. Another fine episode of The Way In.
The Way In. Henny boys in the house.
The Henny boys are homing. So look, we've been waiting to do this, and we're very excited. And congratulations to Marvel on.
Congratulations to Marvel.
It was a close fight, but they just edged them out.
They just did it.
They edged out.
And they beat Avatar.
Yep.
And hey, all good things must come to an end.
Exactly.
All great champions at some point get old, and this is a worthy successor. So Avatar must now give the crown of highest grossing movie to Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, I think James Cameron, he probably figures that it's an unstoppable steamroller Marvel movies these days, and he's not hurting or anything. He's living very, very well, obviously.
Yeah, 9 years on top.
Yeah, exactly.
9 years
What's
on
the big
top,
deal,
baby.
I mean, his sequel will do well.
Yeah.
It's not going to do no $3 billion or anything unless they come up with some crazy. I don't know what they could come up with, but I don't expect it. But let's not even dwell on that. Let's just dwell on the fact that Marvel did it, man.
Marvel did it. Marvel has the #1 movie in the
all time.
Of all time.
God.
And you're gonna have your critics that say that, well, you have to count inflation, and I don't want to hear none of that.
Oh, I know. Well, the rest of Hollywood's probably bitching too, because they're so everybody's envious of the fact that Disney has all the money is at Disney these days, and it's messing
Disney,
up the
which
Hollywood.
owns Avatar now.
Yeah, I know. Right? They really do, huh?
Yeah.
They financed because of the acquisition.
The Fox acquisition.
Well, that's really wild. That means they own the rights to the movie.
They own the rights to the #1 and the #2 highest grossing movie in the world.
That means they're going to finance Cameron's sequel that way.
House of the Mouse. Do you know that they?
That's ironic.
There's 3 sequels planned.
Yeah, I heard about that. They're going to try to shoot some back-to-back stuff like they did. Marvel did it with the last 2 Avengers films. Infinity and the Endgame. So,
I went to see the first Avatar movie. And I sat through it, and at the time I was like, the special effects were amazing.
It was visually beautiful. It really was. It's a beautiful film.
Story left a little something.
Yeah, it was a traditional, straightforward story. Nothing too crazy.
It was kind of reductive. Like, I'm going to speak on it being reductive. Like, it was kind of simple. Nothing really grabbed me.
It's a bit of a revenge film. That's all it really is.
Yeah,
there's
indigenous people getting pushed out, and they want to hunker down and fight back.
And the only original thing that really goes on in there, I shouldn't say the only, but one of the main original themes in the story is where the one soldier is able to go into the body of one of the characters.
Yes,
because he's his
avatar. Yeah,
so that's his avatar. That's unique. That's kind of cute for the time, but. It's really just a revenge film because the leader guy, who at one time they wanted him to play Cable, but
yeah.
Roland did a good job.
Yeah, no, he would have been a dope Cable, but Roland smashed it.
He gets his revenge. He gets the scarred face. He's in the little robots or these little crawler ships, whatever they are. And but anyway, it's pretty amazing, man, to see that they actually got there.
Yeah. So Avatar, which came out December 18th, 2009, and the original budget was $237 million, not counting the re-release, which they spent another $9 million to push it out, but the movie ended up making $2,788 million.
That blows my mind for a film that
which
old.
Blows my mind for a film that I watched once and I had no intentions of watching it again.
Because what were the price of the tickets back then? $6-7 a piece, maybe the most.
Yeah, but no, you got to think of a lot of those tickets were 3D.
Oh, the higher money then.
Yeah.
Most of its money was 3D, I bet.
Yeah, most of its money was 3D.
Because you notice when you watch the 2D version, you can see how it's set up for 3D effects. They're just lush. They're jumping over cliffs and everything, rolling around.
Yeah, and actually, that reminds me, I seen that movie twice. I seen it once in regular, and then I seen it once in 3D.
I heard 3D was a little darker.
3D was a little darker. It was enjoyable at the time, but it was nothing like I would take this home and rewatch it.
Yeah, yeah.
But Marvel, they did it. 10 years.
Wow, 10 years.
2008 Iron Man.
23 films total now, right?
Yeah, 23 films now. Iron Man 1, they smashed it. They had a vision, and they did it.
They really did. Well, it's going to be interesting to see where they go from this point on now. I mean, the Spider-Man film was a great film. Made a lot of money, too, man. Came close to being another, midsummer record breaker. But
absolutely.
They weren't happy with that following the Endgame.
Yeah.
I think now we got a little bit of a rest. We'll see where Marvel goes with all this.
9 months.
Yeah.
It's going to be 9 months before they put anything else out.
And it's going to be an outrageous schedule because they're probably going to give us about the next 10 films or something.
So this is what I was thinking. So we have the multiverse.
Yeah.
We can pretty much do anything.
Yeah.
We can give you a new Captain America.
Yep.
A new Iron Man, if they so choose. I don't know if they will do that, but the possibility is on the table.
Oh, it's unlimited what they can do. There's no rules anymore. There's nothing that can hold them back. I actually think with Iron Man, though, I think what they could do is, and it might make sense because, Iron Man, they did talk about how he passed away, but he's going to pass the torch.
Yes.
We talked about this once before, but he's going to pass the torch to Peter Parker and everything. And, when he's in, let's say, Stark Studios or Stark Industries, and he's got access to the computers and he's playing around with things, I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden they find some kind of a little thing that says, PP, and, he sees a couple codes, 2 letters. I'm just guessing here.
Yeah, hit me.
Parker hits the button, all of a sudden, bloop, up comes on the screen. It's Peter. I know I passed away. I know I'm gone and everything, but I want to let you know about some things. Wouldn't that be interesting? And he goes, look at this is what I want you to do. Because Parker's a real smart kid in the comics and in his characterization.
Yeah,
anyway.
genius level.
Yeah, so that would really work.
And they can kind of bring Tony back as the hologram, almost like a Jarvis.
You beat me to it. I was just going to say, just like Jarvis. Yeah. I think it has a lot of potential. Because they're not going to bring Stark back per se. Downey's not coming back per se. But
we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, any way you look at it, depending on with technology in the microverse, the Spider-Verse, I personally would like to have Tony Stark be in Spider-Man's helmet, sort of like the Jarvis effect that we talked about. I think that might work. It might be more affordable too.
Definitely. So they wouldn't have to actually pay Robert. They could just have him do the voiceovers. That could work. So you heard it here first, because I haven't heard anybody else bring that up.
Yeah, it's real good. So, but anyway, I think that we have a lot of things to look forward to. You were thinking about some of the actors that were in Avatar. I wanted to bring that up earlier. I'd forgotten about it. Isn't Zoe? Zoe was in that film, wasn't she?
Gamora, the actress that plays Gamora. Zoe.
She was the main female lead to the male star in the Avatar, right?
She was actually one of the indigenous people.
Yeah.
There was also Sam Worthington. What happened to him?
He disappeared.
Yeah, he did that Terminator Salvation.
Yeah, he was in Clash of the Titans.
He was in Clash of the Titans. They made 2 of those, and then just nothing. Michelle Rodriguez, Fast and the Furious fame, she was in it. Obviously, she's still doing movies. We still see her. Sigourney Weaver. They had a lot of big names in that movie.
Yeah, well, Sigourney, when they play voices, it's hard to sometimes. You'll go hey, I know that voice, but you can't put 2 and 2 together sometimes because you know the face more than anything.
Yes.
At times you're going who is she? Who is that? But, I didn't think she was in it until you just told me. I'd forgotten about it,
But to me, even having, that amount of star power, I still don't understand how Avatar made almost $3 billion. And I don't want this episode to be us poo-pooing on Avatar, but, it left something to be desired when I left the theater. But now we have Endgame as the number 1 movie ever. Awesome. Awesome.
They own the rights to the film, as we had mentioned earlier. The Disney studio owns the rights to it. They're not going to want to make it try to be better than the Avengers. I thought the way it works is you make a movie, make it as good as you can, and it makes as much money as it can, and let the coins end where they are. You cannot fuck it up to not make money, right?
Absolutely.
But I don't see it being able to even make $2 billion again.
Now let me ask you a question.
But you never know. Worldwide, it caught the flavor. It caught the fever worldwide, didn't it?
Yeah.
It had to, because to make that much money in 2009, it blows my mind still.
Here's the thing, though. People forget. It ushered in 3D. So since there was 3D in the 80s with the, the glasses or whatever, before we got to the real.
That made the first mainstream film, would you call it?
Yeah, it was definitely the first mainstream film, and it ushered in the rebirth of 3D. Yeah. So I get that.
And they shot it on the large format film.
Yeah, they shot it. They shot it on IMAX, and I seen it on IMAX, and it was like I said, visually it was stunning.
Yeah.
Story just left something to be lacking. Well,
it did. But you think about it like this: it's much easier to sell something on a visual sense as it is opposed to too deep of a story.
Yeah, but
they thought they had enough story to make it work, and the visual was going to actually bring the money in. It was tantalizing. It was like a giant video game. It looked like a fantasy role-playing game.
But think about this. There was no competition. There was no other 3D movies out
Nothing.
at the time. And then, like, after that, they were like, oh, this movie just almost made $3 billion. Let's just make everything. Remember, everything was 3D?
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Movies that just didn't need to be 3D.
Yeah, it was horrible.
So, like, we had to get through that. But, you know, now we're here. Like, then and they're obviously still making 3D movies. But, like,
yeah,
I don't.
do
you even go see 3D movies?
No, I avoid them unless it's the only thing to see. I'll go see it. But, you know, like.
I've accidentally seen 3D
did we see
movies.
Thor Ragnarok in 3D? Or,
Yeah.
It was all right, but, you know. I don't like to have an extra intrusion on my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I just want to watch the
I just
film.
want to watch it. I saw Captain America Winter Soldier in 2D and 3D, and actually they were both pretty good. But I think I saw
was just a
2D first.
phenomenal film. Yeah.
But it just worked because I already knew how good it was going to be.
Yes.
Like when they had the big fight scene and all the the helicarrier was crashing and all that shit in 3D, it was pretty sharp for a while there. I know that I think another thing too about the 3D aspect. I won't dwell on this, but like 3D film for an IMAX movie is actually about the size of a comic book in this direction.
Okay.
So I mean, regular 35 millimeter is tiny.
Okay.
So more elements. It's like having like 12K before they even invented it.
Ah, yeah.
So it really made that film look that much better in 3D.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think
I see that.
Yeah,
I
I think it made it helped technology for 3D get better along the way too. So.
Yeah, and I don't want to discredit or discount anything that Cameron did. Obviously, the dude is a visionary.
Yeah.
But.
Well, I haven't had a chance to see it. It's in the theaters now, but I haven't had a chance to see his brand new take with the Terminator, and they bring back Sarah Connor's back and everything.
Yeah,
the trailer doesn't hold a lot of my attention to
it
tell you the
doesn't
honest
with me.
truth.
Maybe they'll do another one, and I had high hopes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Cameron's back. Okay, let's go. I think they should have harkened back to the thriller monster aspect of the first Terminator, because the original Terminator. And I remember seeing it in the late 80s, was scary. It was frightening. And you felt like, obviously you had Arnold, who was an Adonis. You had this, this huge hulking figure that was just unstoppable. And it was just visually, suspenseful. Like every shot, every aspect, the grainy, granular aspect of of how, the film that they're able to use. But this new one kind of seems like a cut and paste of like the last two or three.
Yeah. They didn't give enough respect to the Christian Bale one that came out like somewhere.
I enjoyed that one. Salvation?
Yeah, that was a solid flick.
I liked it.
I don't know if the producers lost money or something happened, but that
Sam Worthington was in that too.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think they just got cold feet on. Maybe they thought it was a little too serious, a little too mature, a little too violent. Because they try to make him soft. Remember the original Terminator 3? It's the beginning. That wraps the first story up. Fun movie, but it got to be a little more commercial at that time. Little by little, it started getting more commercial, and then they went back to a little bit of a darker one with the Bale one, right?
Yeah.
And then they threw it out the door.
There was one after that. You might not even remember.
No, I don't. Was there a female? There was a female TV show once. I know that.
No. The show was phenomenal.
I never saw the show.
The show. Oh, I'm getting you that DVD. I own it.
Oh, please do.
It's only 2 seasons. Phenomenal.
Rocks, huh?
Yeah, Cersei was in it. The actress, whoever.
Oh yeah, I mean, I saw the commercials. I didn't see it, so please lend it to me.
Yeah, but the actual movie, there was another one. It had
with Bale.
No.
With Sam.
No.
But it was a sequel to the Bale one.
I don't remember it being a sequel, but it had. Game of Thrones fans are about to kill me right now. Emilia Clarke, is that Daenerys' name?
Yeah, I think
I don't watch the fucking show.
Yes.
Yeah, she was in it.
Wow, that's cool.
It was trash.
Was it? Okay, let me just apologize because I'm not
Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Game of Thrones fans, don't jump me in the parking lot.
But I want to apologize because I said, that's her name. I could be wrong. I like Game of Thrones as much as a lot of people, but I'm not like I didn't read the books. All right.
Yeah.
But you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Folks. As you know, we're human. We're
going to touch on this on another episode that Church and State. But yeah, the last official Terminator was completely trash. It was completely trash, and that's why nobody remembers it. But who knows? Maybe this
James Cameron was not involved probably at all.
Yeah, Cameron wasn't involved. Cameron was only involved in Terminator 1 and Terminator 2.
And you know what he was doing at that time? He was pumping up air balloons and bladders inside the freaking Titanic, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was doing lots of Titanic movies at that time.
He did Titanic. They were
using some of that technology.
They were doing development for Avatar in 1994, and that shit didn't come out till 2009. And I mean, he made his money, so I guess it's good. But
do you think he's going to try to come up with some new innovation for the Avatar 2 when it ever comes around to that?
if he does, and if he has something in his pot,
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, but still, I
Well, where are you
think
gonna
I think
go?
with the fans of today, he's only going to get. He could get $1.5 billion. He will not get higher than that.
Yeah,
There's no way he's getting
because
higher than 1.5.
Since then,
And
the
that's
Marvel
being
movies
generous.
happened. A lot of things have happened since
The
then.
whole landscape has changed.
Exactly.
you know?
Technology's changed. I mean, they're already shooting films in 4 and 6K and everything. He's going to have to do some miracles, and I don't expect it. Unless he's got access. He's got the access key to the fucking Spider-Verse.
Yeah, and supposedly he's already been shooting these films for like the last couple years.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. After seeing the commercials, after seeing the commercials for that new Terminator film, I don't know if he's passe, but I'm going to go with that until I see it, I guess.
He might be.
It might not be fair, but
So
look, hey,
as far as like the
This was,
future, the
go ahead.
future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where do you think they can go, or
I
where
think
do you think they will go?
I think what they're going to do, they're going to be allowed to step past these multiple cumbersome origins and big giant setups. They're going to bring you right into the shit.
I like that.
Yeah, because a lot of
really
good films,
like that.
like remember Road Warriors back in the '90s? It opens up, he's in the car.
Yes.
Take me there.
Yeah, no,
And
I
then
like
you
that.
can slowly backstory where you're going from there.
Yes, I like that.
And I think they realized it too, that they don't got to spend all that extra money having all these films to set it up.
Yeah.
In comic books,
We
you got maxi series and you got mini series. All right, the Avengers trilogy, the Avengers series of films were the maxi series.
Yes.
These next series of films are going to be like the mini series. It'll wrap it up real well. And while we're wrapping things up, we're going to wrap up this episode of the weigh-in.
And we've talked a lot about Avatar, but let's give a round of applause again for Avengers Endgame being the #1
Way to
film
go, man.
in the world.
You know, we saw this happen, and very nice to be a part of this.
The weigh-in, baby!
Like Indians over here.
I'm half Native American.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.